What's up, guys? Hope everybody's well. Who do we have here? Chillax, Bree, Rinky Dink. What's up, y'all? Good to see you guys. Bree's out here doing gang signs. You asked me what you should call me yesterday. I think you can just call me Mike. A lot of people just call me by my name. My name's Mike or Michael. Hey, Cheeky, good to see you. GPUs and RAM are skyrocketing. So much for getting a gaming PC. Yeah, I saw the RAM prices are crazy right now. My PC's getting kind of old, but still holding up. I kind of future-proofed it, I guess. What's up, Mella? Here for the rant. What up, Tone? Yeah, it's gonna be a short rant, but I kind of wanted to talk about it real quick before I do a little gaming. So let's get to that. The music's from the game. I just have it loaded up, ready to go. It's like a detective game. So I've seen a lot of people talking about this. And they're getting it totally wrong, as usual. People that are so-called conservatives. I'd like to show the full video, but it's kind of violent. And I don't know if I can play it on YouTube. I don't wish violence on anyone. But this guy is not who he claims he is. He claims to be like a white Christian nationalist. He's not white. He's not Christian. It's totally a psyop. And it's insane that these people that are so-called conservatives that supposedly have their finger on the pulse, don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's people that I'm sure a lot of you watch and look up to. But they're so wrong about this. So here's a little news story about what happened. It's only a couple minutes long.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox. My name is Josh Breslow, and we do have some developing...
Can you guys hear that okay over the music? I might have to close the game out to play it. Yeah. Chillax knows what's up. Think it's good?
News that we want to get to here at this hour. Take a look at your screen. As anti-ICE protests continued on Saturday in Minneapolis, video shows pardoned January 6th rioter and conservative activist Jake Lang being attacked as he reportedly took part in an anti-Islam and pro-ICE rally. Jake did post this image on social media saying, quote, "I was almost ripped limb from limb, my pants leg literally being ripped off. Death before dishonor and replacement. The Lord is my rock and my strength, and he hath delivered me from the mouth of the lions." End quote. Again, that is a post there from Jake on social media. The footage showed Lang bleeding from his head and stumbling through a crowd surrounding him. Take a look at your screen. Lang was reportedly planning to burn a Koran at Minneapolis City Hall during an anti-Islam rally, but it appears protesters took him down before that did happen. Another video actually showed a man chased into a parking garage and struck in the head with a flagpole by anti-ICE demonstrators. He was then apparently pepper sprayed by the crowd there. Again, you're seeing some of the video here of all of this unfolding just yesterday outside of City Hall in Minneapolis. We also have some of the video coming in out of that area yesterday as tear gas was deployed. Now, a judge ruled federal officers in Minneapolis taking part in the U.S. immigration enforcement operation in Minneapolis cannot detain or tear gas protesters who are not obstructing the enforcement officers, and that would include people observing the agents as they are doing their work. U.S. District Judge Kate Menendez's ruling addresses a case filed in December on behalf of 6 Minnesota activists. The 6 are among the thousands who have been observing the activities of ICE and Border Patrol who are in the city to enforce the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. President Trump has now threatened to invoke the Insurrection Act, allowing for the deployment of U.S. military forces to Minnesota and Minneapolis if state officials do not crack down on any violent protests that are taking place. Of course, we will continue to follow all of this and bring you much more information on Live Now from Fox.
They use a set of...
God, not this guy again. Jesus, not enough of him yesterday. Yeah, so they didn't really show anything there, but the guy was pretty violently attacked. I think he's okay, but he was able to get into a car and escape the mob that was attacking him. And like I said, I don't wish violence on anyone. Even this scumbag. But to like sympathize with this guy and act like he's like some kind of martyr or something is retarded. We can pull up the real what he really does. Oops, that's him. This is him. Apparently his sister served in the IDF. And he's going around burning Qurans, carrying giant crosses, trying to get the muzzies all riled up. He's controlled opposition. There's no doubt about it. He's trying to provoke violence. And he kind of got what he asked for. mean, look, I don't. I obviously disagree with Muslims and don't want them taking over entire states or cities in this country. But who do you think's bringing them here? Try to start a war in Dearborn. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I'm glad that a lot of people do see through this. It seems like a lot of people on Twitter get it. But I'm seeing so-called conservative commentators that I know a lot of people who watch my streams watch them too and look up to them, even though they have boomer level conservative views. And it's really disappointing to see. Because a lot of people base their opinions on things that people like that say. Oh, microphone fell over. What's up, Bintok? Good to see you. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We are far more aligned with Muslims than the Talmud. I suppose to a degree. I mean, I'd rather not have either one here. I'm a Muslim. What these guys are doing in the name of the faith, I'm against it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, boomer fatigue. Yeah, and it's not, yeah, exactly, aligned isn't the word. I guess you could say a little closer too, but yeah, the boomer thing. It's not about age. It's their viewpoints. They still have that like Fox News conservative mentality, neoconservative, I guess. Zionist. Everything's very surface level. Like they see this guy carrying a cross around, and so they just automatically believe that he's on their side. And I'm not going to name names, but I'm sure some of you can figure out who I'm talking about. As far as the people who are like supporting this guy and whatnot. mostly just seeing stuff of him getting attacked. I wanted to... Let's see what
The
this
Muslim
is.
community is looking to drag us back. They're looking to oppress women, oppress homosexuals. They're looking to destroy everything that makes America great. President Trump,
What's up, Greg?
send ICE into Dearborn. These people have overstayed their visas. They're H-1B chain migration invaders, and they have come to this country to destroy our way of life. We know exactly your laws in your book about lying to our faces, pretending to be Americans, wearing your suits.
Oh man, how ironic is that? Pretending to be Americans while this guy pretends to be white and Christian.
But that doesn't happen anywhere else where you guys are in charge. There are 53 Muslim majority countries, and in all of them, it is tyranny, destruction, it is shithole living. We have to call it what it is. You guys don't live like we do. We don't want you in our country. We will come and eat your shawarma in Somalia, okay? We don't need it here in Michigan. We don't need it in any part of America. We have a right to self-determination. Our founding fathers fought and died for our posterity, for white Americans. Amen. And we're being driven out. You come here and you marry 4 or 5 women and you outbreed us. You change the laws. You make all of our country look like the places that you fled from. We don't.
Who's us? Is this us? This isn't us.
Want you here. Respectfully, get the fuck out of my country. I don't want you here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want you here. I don't want you here. This is our country. And the people, the veterans, the World War II veterans, this blood has soaked for our constitutional republic, are taking a look around Europe. They're taking a look around America, and they're saying, what the hell did we fight for? We have been taken over without a single shot fired. You guys are outbreeding insidious parasites on the American way of life. You will never look like us. You will never eat like us. You won't build buildings like us. You are nothing. You can build nothing. Just like President Trump's great American friends have said. You guys are not us, and get the fuck out. America first. America only. God bless America. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Yeah. Definitely. It is good to see so many young people noticing.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Notice how he's saying Jesus is king. Not God, not Lord.
Jesus is king. Jesus is king. Let me grab my. Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Christ is king!
Get your hands on me. There's no reason to put your hands on me. Jesus is king.
Christ is king! Christ is king! America first! I live in Detroit. I'll be here tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be here. We're coming to make sure you Muslims don't take us out. What are you going to do? 2 billion Muslims feel safe in America.
Go. Keep walking. Let's go. Keep walking. Let's go. You're done.
We will not surrender. We will not back down. This is what Muslim America wants us to do. They want us to cower. Christians, stand up. Stand tall. America, across this country, rise up just like you did today in Dearborn.
It's time to get power. What will our founding fathers do?
These people are here. I'm fine.
You asked for that. Let's go.
I'm not going to join.
So, I don't want any of them here. I don't want our country to be completely run by Israel.
I am a Jew. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, my Lord. It's kicking me out. I am Jewish. Did you say anything negative about Israel? I am Jew. Kicking me out. I am Jewish. Did you say anything negative about Israel? I am Jewish. My sister served in the IDF. I was bar mitzvahed on the Wailing Wall in Israel. I am a Jew. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But I am a Jew, and I love Israel. Kicking me out. I am Jewish. Did you say anything negative about Israel? I am Jewish. My sister served in the IDF. I was bar mitzvahed on the Wailing Wall in Israel. I am a Jew. I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. But I am a Jew, and I love Israel.
There you have it. Straight from the snake's mouth.
You're a cuckold, Anthony.
You're a fucking
Our founding fathers are ashamed. They're rolling in their grave.
There's a line.
There's a line. You're behind him, please. Never.
Way behind.
Form a line. Form a line. I need you guys to form a line. Behind me, single file. Behind me, single file. Listen up. Hold on. Look at the Muslims love Anthony.
Yeah, they do. We love them.
Hold on.
We love the people.
And then line behind you.
Line behind me if you want to speak. Line. You will not enter until you form a line.
I know you guys are okay.
No
Let's
signs. Face of treason.
No
crackers. The white spineless jellyfish. You white spineless jellyfish. Is your white nigger night, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, yes.
You are the scum of this country.
100%.
You think you're gonna run for office?
Forming line! Single file line! You're pathetic. Single file line! Your grandchildren will be black. Your grandchildren will be black and fucking Muslim because of weakness. Fucking weakness.
I just said it. I'm voting for it.
Weakness. The Muslims are voting for Anthony.
Yes, we love the Muslims. None of them are voting for you prick.
I don't want. I say right now, I don't want any Muslim votes.
All night you waited to
Say
be in front of me.
Akbar.
All night you waited to be in front of me.
Say Akbar. Where's your prayer rug? Where's your prayer rug? Where's his prayer rug?
All night you wanted to be in front of me. Where are you?
Where's your prayer rug?
Where's your yarmulke? You texted me something? My phone's off. 1 second, I'll check it. Yeah, so this guy's running for office in my state. And I really hope he doesn't get elected. Oh, this is pretty funny. Apparently, so he jumped in a car to escape, and I guess the people, who helped him in the car, one of them was a troon. I don't know how much of this I want to watch, but let's watch it for a second here.
Okay, TikTok.
Yep, that's definitely a guy. From the from this footage of him jumping into the car, I can see that it's the same person. That's wild. It's so fitting. It's like God planned that. Apparently apparently if this is, I don't know if this is real. Here's him in the hospital. Can't make this stuff up. This music makes everything so serious. The dead giveaway was when he said his reason for opposing Islam is that they're not nice to gays and women. Oh my god. That's insane. Can't we just not have either one? See if there's anything else. And a black guy saved him too from the mob. And it looks like a Arab guy. Here he is crying. So it's okay to not like either side here. I think part of the problem with some of these conservative commentators is that they dislike these anti-ICE people so much that they're willing to side with a Jewish psyop. It's okay to not like either side. Just because you're anti-Zionism doesn't mean that you're pro-Hamas. Just because you call out an obvious Jewish psyop doesn't mean that you're on the side of these retarded leftist protesters or the Muslims there.
هو إلهي هو إلهي
All right. I don't know who this guy is, but this is kind of interesting. Apparently, this Jake Lang guy, he's a J6er, and he was apparently, supposedly in prison for it, and pardoned by Trump. But this guy is claiming that he had a cell phone and was doing interviews the entire time that he was supposedly in prison.
Since the days of the Crusades, the Jew has managed to get Christians and Muslims to kill each other en masse. And furthering that divide right now in the green room, we have Jake Lang, a natural-born Jew who had a bar mitzvah in Israel and who has relatives that served in the IDF. It's really difficult for me to look at this behavior from Jake Lang and see this as anything other than extremely subversive. And quite frankly, extremely Jewish.
Hey, Stu, thanks for having me on. The level of mental gymnastics that you need to pull to think that protest has anything to do with promoting Judaism is unbelievable. So this, quote, subversiveness and trying to call out my ethnic Judaism as being the root of that is some next level mental gymnastics. We need to show physical presence. That's what strength.
All right, I take back what I said about wishing violence. I wish he got more messed up when he was attacked.
Masculinity looks like, Stu Peters. I don't always sit in my podcast studio. I take it to the streets. I don't see an alliance with Islam as being productive to restoring the culture of white, small-town Christian America, Stu.
The reason why these people have been intentionally displaced and forced into the West is because we won't stop killing them on behalf of Israel. There's been no benefit to the national security interests of the United States. There's been no economic benefit, sir.
That was Stu. Haven't seen him in forever. I don't know who that is. Never seen him. Sounds pretty base though, at least on this.
Anyway, the bloodshed, the economic drain, and the American Christian death that we see on these battlefields everywhere has been sacrificed for the...
I'm out there in Philadelphia at the mosques, in Dearborn at the mosque, and we're going back to Dearborn for a huge peaceful march down the streets of Dearborn. They're going to reclaim that city as ours because that is not, Jesus Christ is king over all of America. There should be no no-go zones in America. And so we're going back to Dearborn, Stu. I have the Quran right here. It says Islam will enter every household. You see them screaming that in the streets in New York City.
What's up, Moldy? Well, I'm glad you guys get it, because it seems like a lot of people don't get it.
They're ready to take over, and we have to stop them, and we have to fight for every inch. We cannot just say, okay, Dearborn's gone. I can't be aligned with anybody who believes that Muhammad is some type of prophet. He's a warlord rapist. And
yeah, absolutely, Tony. He's like a crisis actor. It's totally a psyop.
And these are the people that we must separate ourselves from.
I will say, though, that the Muslims actually respect Jesus Christ and they believe that he was a prophet, whereas on the other hand, these 3-year-old baby raping...
to a degree.
You serious demons believe that Jesus Christ is burning in hell. We are no longer attached in any way, shape, or form to the Talmudic regime from hell. We will not support militarily. We will not support economically. We will not support in any way. We will never stand with this demonic country, this fake nation state, ever again. Never. As a matter of fact, as anti-war as I am, that would be the only country that I would consider actually bombing the hell out of. it would be Israel.
Hell yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say about this. It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Says the Quran, if the things in the world, the things.
They respect him until they have the numbers. Yeah, I mean, they do think he's a prophet, and but yeah, it's even if they respect him, that doesn't mean they respect us. The volume's really low on this one, but hopefully you can see the subtitles.
The things in the world is if Esav and Yishmael ever came together, if they ever united, says the Quran, if Edom and Yishmael ever united, they would destroy the world. You can never mix Cain and Hevel together. And that's what we wish both of these Umayyads in their war against each other. My message to both of them is we wish both of them tremendous hatzlacha. They should wipe each other out. None of them should. Both sides should not be matzliach as much as possible. We wish both sides tremendous hatzlacha in their avodah of wiping out the other party. This things in the world.
So it's looks like some rabbis talking about how
Esav and Yishmael ever came together.
they need to wipe out Christians and Muslims. They don't want to do the dirty work. They just they want us to wipe each other out. CIA was created in 1947. Israel was founded in 1948. Israel CIA Mossad was created in 1949. Rothschilds created Israel. Yeah, the Bank of England, the Balfour Declaration. They've been planning it for a very long time. Way before that, they were working on it. There's newspaper articles from like the early 1900s talking about 6 million Jews being persecuted. Way before the Holocaust. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else about this that might be worth putting on. That's a crazy comment, Rinky Dink. Only 2 countries left without Rothschild-owned central banks. What countries is it? Russia and Iran. That makes sense. Take care, cheeky amputee. Iran and North Korea. Yeah, I know Venezuela was one of them. I did a stream a couple weeks ago about Venezuela when it happened. I personally think Trump already tore down the Babylon Beast system, but we'll see. I think he's controlled by Israel. Just like everyone else in our government. I don't think you can get elected if you aren't. So yeah, enough about Jake Lang. I'm not seeing any, it's just a lot of the same stuff. Trending, Don Lemon. Wait, okay, this is kind of crazy. Breaking news, leftist rioters in Minneapolis just stormed a church after Don Lemon erroneously accused the priest of working with ICE. I think some of the oil money should go to blood logos to keep him quiet. Yeah, I'll take $700 or $7,000. I'll stop talking about it.
This is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street and you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests.
That's it? Well, I mean, that's what they pay the influencers per post. So, I mean, I guess like per day, 7,000. That seems fair.
Yes. Look, there's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, is to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see how uncomfortable people uncomfortably, this is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you
Take care, Rinky Dink. Good to see you, man. Apparently Don Lemon might be getting charged with something for this. And it was during their worship, too. That's wild. I'm going to take a 5-minute break before we move on. Let me see how to do this. I'm going to put up a poll. And you guys can vote if you want to if you want me to just keep talking about bullshit like this, or just play the game. So yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. All right, we're back. All right. No one wants to see the game, or one person does. That's fine. I'm not really in the mood for gaming anyways. Going to play pool. Nice. That would be a good painting. I'd like to see that. I didn't have anything else really queued up to talk about, but I did see yesterday when we were watching that Tyler Oliveira video that he did one on Scientology a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. So we could watch that. Let's see what else we got. We got a video about some We Was King shit that we could put on. Let's see, what else? If you guys have any suggestions, throw them in the chat. Bunch of Candace Owens nonsense that I just really don't care about at all. Let's check this out. I don't really know. I didn't watch this yet. I don't know. I don't know this channel. But judging by the name of it, I think he's probably into this Norse pagan crap. But it does seem like an interesting video. So we'll take a look, see what it's all about.
We was astronomers said no primary source ever. Every civilization has stared up at the stars, hasn't it? But observation, my Keltanian chums, is not science. And here is where the monumental fib begins, because when modern activists say Europe stole astronomy, what they actually mean is other people looked at the sky first, which is a bit like saying the Wright brothers stole aviation because birds existed. Marcus Garvey, in full revolutionary poet mode, doesn't even bother with nuance. He goes straight for theft. This guy loses it. The white world has always tried to rob and discredit us of our history. Every student of history, of impartial mind, knows that the Negro once ruled the world when white men were savages and barbarians living in caves, that thousands of Negro professors at that time taught in the universities in Alexandria, then the seat of learning, that ancient Egypt gave the world civilization, and that Greece and Rome have robbed Egypt of her arts and letters and taken all the credit to themselves. George G.M. James takes the whole thing up a notch in Stolen Legacy, announcing that there is no such thing as Greek philosophy, that Aristotle and Plato looted Egyptian mystery cults, and that Greek astronomy couldn't possibly be original because it must have taken thousands of years to develop. Yosef ben Yochanan puts the cherry on top by claiming Aristotle literally sacked Egyptian temples like a Bronze Age Indiana Jones. And if you dare challenge any of this, according to the sacred Afrocentric gospel, that merely proves the conspiracy, because any tedious European counter-argument is preemptively binned as part of the grand cover-up. Heads they win, tails you're racist. Option 3, nobody gives a toss about being called racist anymore. Now the real historians, those dusty pedants who actually read books, would never dream of saying that. They admit that the Greeks inherited data, Babylonian records, Egyptian observations. Nobody hides this. It's written clearly for all to see. About 1,000 years later, the ancient Greeks inherited astronomical records from the Babylonians and applied the data to construct a cosmological framework. Data was not just used for practical goals, such as navigation, but also to think of new experiments, the origin of what we call natural philosophers. Greek astronomers used old eclipse tables. They used measurements. They never pretended otherwise. And this is the bit that sends the activists into frothing anger. The actual theory, that was the Greeks being dazzlingly brilliant. The moment astronomy becomes science is the moment mathematics is applied to the sky. That's why historians point out that while Babylonians were excellent calculators, the Greeks were model builders. Alexandrian Empire unites Greece and Persia. Fruitful contact between Greek model builders and Babylonian calculators. That single line just torpedoes the whole narrative, doesn't it? You're not stealing something, you're simply doing it differently, you disorderly innovator. Eratosthenes calculated the size of the Earth using geometry, shadow angles, distance, and he got within 1% of the modern value. For the first time, the cosmos was measured in Earth terms, not mythic ones. He clearly didn't get it from Africa. Then comes Hipparchus. Oh yes, the cheeky sod, star catalogues, precession of the equinoxes, accurate year length. Then Ptolemy, whose Almagest mathematically systematized astronomy so thoroughly it defined the subject for 1,400 years across Europe and the Islamic world. Pretty smart guy. What the accusation crowd does instead is squash the whole blooming thing into one weaselly little word, astronomy, and then stand there smirking, praying you're too...
I kind of like this guy's style, but I don't really care about astronomy. Let me see if he has anything like similar, but not about space, because We was America and you wasn't. Let's see.
The Constitution was always meant to apply to everyone equally, provided they're white, male, and own at least 25 acres. Modern politicians step up to a podium, Joe Biden mumbling, "We choose truth over facts." Barack Obama beaming, even a fresh-faced John F. Kennedy, and with the staged solemnity of a priest preaching chastity while shagging the entire congregation, they declare that America always belonged to everyone. Bollocks. Academics like Jill Lepore and Gordon S. Wood drone on like they've got tenure in fairy tales. In this woke pantomime, America is a nation of immigrants, a global hugfest for all humanity, allegedly built for every Tom, Dick, and Habib from day one. What?
So I made a video about this before. That whole melting pot term. Originated with one of the early Zionists. He was a playwright named Israel Zangwill. And that whole idea comes from Zionists. And it's still being applied today by Zionists.
Rot. The Constitution wasn't designed for everyone, you naive nitwits. It was created for a very specific bunch of blokes, with their very specific tea and crumpet interests. And the founders said this openly. Most of the electors are landed men. We must suppose they will fix on those who are in a similar situation with themselves. We find there is a decided majority attached to the landed interest. Consequently, the landed interest must prevail in the choice. Eliot's Debates, Volume 3. Landed men meant English colonists, Scotch-Irish settlers, German Protestants, Dutch colonists, and French Huguenots, the groups who actually held land in 18th century America. Voting power was fused entirely to land, and land ownership was overwhelmingly British and European. Shocking, I know, to you diversity delusionists. The Constitution was the political instrument of that settler, landowning elite, not a welcome mat for indigenous people, enslaved Africans, indentured servants, or non-Europeans. Imagine that, eh? The Constitution stole this directly, like a lazy plagiarist. When deciding federal suffrage, they copied state rules already in place. A qualification that gives a right to elect representatives for the state legislatures gives also, by this constitution, a right to choose representatives for the general government. Eliot's Debates, Volume 3. They then rejected making suffrage universal. Uniformity of qualifications would greatly affect the yeomanry or be extended so universally as to defeat the admirable end of the institution of representation. James Madison, Notes of Debates in the Federal Convention of 1787. The yeomanry, those were free white farmers, the actual people that cleared the forests, fought the wars, and built the country. Their entirely reasonable fear was that universal suffrage would fling the doors open to every non-landowning, non-European chancer with no roots and no loyalty, instantly turning the Republic into a chaotic boarding house run by people who'd never swung an axe or paid a tax in their lives. They wanted to preserve a European electorate, and even their idea of equality was deliciously exclusive. The man who possesses 25 acres of land has an equal right of voting with the man who has 25,000 acres. Eliot's Debates, Volume 3, Virginia Ratifying Convention. Both men would have been white European freeholders. That equality only existed inside the landowning settler class. Sorry, did I say only? I meant, thank God, because the alternative is the absolute circus we've got today. They even refer to voters as freeholders of Albemarle, meaning European-descended men with legally recognised ownership under English common law. And when discussing outsiders entering the political community, the founders didn't mince words. They went full savage. Mr. Gover Morris moved to insert 14 instead of 4 years citizenship as a qualification for senators, urging the danger of admitting strangers into our public councils. Mr. Pinckney said there is peculiar danger and impropriety in opening its door to those who have foreign attachments, and notes of debates in the Federal Convention of 1787. These quotes ram a cruise missile straight through the open-to-everyone smug little heart. The framers argued that foreigners, strangers with foreign attachments, should be kept as far from power as possible for the outrageously bigoted reasons of loyalty and identity. Yes, they actually cared who was running the country they'd just bled for. Monsters. And if you want the clearest summary of who they believed they were building this system for, John Jay in Federalist No. 2 stated, "One united people. A people descended from the same ancestors, speaking the same language, professing the same religion, attached to the same principles of government, very similar in their manners and customs." This is John Jay on the record, openly admitting that the people of America meant one ethno-cultural group. And look, I could have turned this into a 2,500-word bloodbath. There are literally endless quotes, page after page, of the founders gleefully admitting this was a white man's republic. I've spared you the director's cut. You're welcome. The point isn't in doubt. It's in your face, screaming, "Stop the immigration." Most European Americans didn't own slaves. The 1,619 guilt trip, how rich whites owned slaves, and 100% get the blame. I've already made a full, heavily sourced, in-depth video about the global slave trade. Watch that first if you want a more in-depth picture. For decades now, a deliciously poisonous little fairy tale has been peddled to the masses, not by dusty old historians, mind you, but by the current high priests of self-loathing, Howard, Che Guevara in corduroy, Zinn. Nicole, I Make It Up As I Go, Hannah Jones, the Black Lives Matter Megaphone Squad, and the entire academic parrot choir who recite it like it's the catechism. Their mission? To make you, yes you, the average white bloke or bird, feel like you personally spent 1860 cracking the whip on a cotton plantation while sipping a mint julep. Every white family had its own private chain gang. The entire nation was one giant antebellum Airbnb run on human misery. And you, yes, you, are still somehow cashing the guilt checks today. But when you dare step away from the cathedral of lies and actually open the dusty, forbidden books they don't teach in school, narrative of the life of Henry Bibb, the anti-slavery examiner, the suppressed book about slavery, Frederick Law Olmsted's A Journey in the Seaboard Slave States, even the pro-slavery Cotton is King, a very different America, slaps you across the face with cold, hard reality. Moses Grandy describes how his master's financial world collapsed. My master had become security for his 2 sons-in-law who met with reverses of fortune. In consequence, he sold 18 colored people his share of the swamp and 2 plantations. Moses Grandy, narrative of the life of Moses Grandy, later slave in the United States of America, 1844. That voice you just heard, that's not Joe Cornfield from Pennsylvania. It's the planter aristocracy, the 1% of the 1% who owned half the South's human inventory. Even the fire-breathing abolitionists of the American Anti-Slavery Society, yes, the ones who wanted every slave owner dangling from a lamppost, admitted in their own reports that African tribes were merrily capturing and selling other Africans long before the first pale sailor staggered ashore. Even the wretches that plied the African slave trade tried to rebut Clarkson's proofs of their cruelties to the comfort of those whom they had stolen from their homes and kept stowed away under hatches during a voyage of 4,000 miles. American Slavery as It Is, 1839. They documented coastal kings with warehouses full of ebony merchandise, happily trading their war captives to Arab middlemen who'd been running the same route for 1,000 years. Cross into Mexico, fugitives were declared free on the spot and sheltered, while Mexico's own bound peons scarpered north and were never handed back. Funny, that selective outrage never makes the 1619 syllabus. Into the American South, the planter lords bled Virginia and Carolina dry, packed their slaves west to virgin cotton land. As one account says, the slaves formerly owned here have therefore been very largely transferred westward, and the land they have worn out is left for the non-slave-holding whites to make the best of, leaving exhausted soil for ordinary white yeomen to scratch a living from. Yet somehow, the modern narrative still insists that every small frontier family was equally complicit. Frederick Law Olmsted recorded the complexity most modern narratives erase. He wrote, "A Negro of the neighborhood who had been sold to a free Negro and who refused to live with him, saying he wouldn't be a servant to a seaboard slave state." Shocking, I tell you. Look at the numbers they love to massage. A few hundred silk-waistcoated mega-planters lounging on mountains of cotton money skewed the averages so every dirt-poor white sharecropper suddenly looks like Rhett Butler on paper. Nice trick, comrades. Look at how powerless ordinary whites actually were, forced to rubber stamp the traffickers in human flesh because the plantation aristocracy had the whole system stitched up tighter than a nun's knickers. In South Carolina alone, 32,000 slaveholders lorded it over 385,000 slaves and 242,000 free whites who had precisely zero constitutional way to tell them to sod off. Democracy, Southern style. And beyond America's borders, Cotton is King happily reports African kings and chiefs running their own thriving slave empires, flogging war captives to the highest bidder centuries before a white man ever showed up with a Bible and a shopping list. Zinn and his trust fund Bolshevik fan club treat history like a club to beat white people over the head with. Thankfully, the actual record still exists, and it's a damn sight more complex, messy, human, and global than the cartoon these clowns are peddling. Sorry to ruin your guilt, Boner, but the facts are facts.
Pretty interesting. Giant multicultural hug box. It's pretty apparent to me that the experiment has failed and that we're going to need a new system. Or a very old one, like a monarchy. So what do you guys think? Should we check out the Scientology video or end it here? It's up to you. If you guys want to check that out, I'll put it on. don't even know if anybody's still in the chat. It won't let me, it's not showing my stats. Scientology video. Let's do it. All right. Good to see you, Panhandle.
That's me infiltrating Scientology's Church of Spiritual Technology, fortified with spiked fences, infrared cameras, and rumored to be a labor camp holding the leader of Scientology's wife as a prisoner. And I'll also be infiltrating their HQ in Los Angeles. Oh, why are you flashbanging me? Hold on. Don't shoot me, please. Clearwater, Florida.
Get out of the building, you're trespassing. You're gonna regret this. That's a promise. You've allowed yourself to become a mindless robot.
And New York City.
Them what Xenu is? What is that?
Thing on like we believe in aliens and stuff like that.
Is that true?
Why risk the lawsuits, potential jail time, and lifetime harassment from this cult, notorious for ruining the life of anyone who speaks out against it for a YouTube video?
Scientology made them sell the properties just so that our grandkids couldn't see them anymore. And that is why I call Scientology a family-destroying human trafficking cult.
People who were in Scientology should be able to get justice for actual crimes that were committed against them.
Well, because I believe with your help, videos like this can help destroy this human trafficking cult. But how did a cult invented by a mentally ill science fiction author brainwash millions of people into...
He's also a Freemason, as we talked about in that Freemason stream. Not just a mentally ill science fiction writer.
Leaving an alien over...
Just calling him mentally ill is kind of like making an excuse for how messed up it is.
Lord named Xenu brought billions of frozen aliens to Earth in jets, dumped them into volcanoes, and blew them up with hydrogen bombs, leading to all of humanity's problems. And how did a religion so stupid become one of the most feared and powerful cults in America, compromising some of Hollywood's most famous actors?
So what do you say? We need to clean this place up? Huh? Yeah! Okay. Because we're counting on you. To LRH.
They own that building. They own most of the buildings around here. In fact, Tom Cruise is supposed to have a penthouse up there.
Yep.
Yep. So, yep, they can.
Yeah, exactly. There's a Church of Scientology, like a block away from my high school. And some of us went by it one time. And we knew that it was like, you know, insane. Even when we were teenagers. And they like stand out front of it and try to lure people in. And one of my friends decided to go in. I knew that they would do some sketchy stuff, so I didn't even want to mess with it. But he went in and they locked him in a room and forced him to watch a video about Scientology and wouldn't let him out until he finished watching the video.
And in great irony, my journey into Scientology began as a result of their own beautiful building in the heart of New York City's Times Square. As I was exposing scammers, I came in to do a free personality test and realized Scientology might be the biggest scam of them all.
It's crazy out there. It's a zoo out there, man. Right here?
Yeah, so that's what we like. So pretty much the way it works.
Sure.
The test starts. The questions start right here. Multiple choice questions, right? 200 questions, right?
Heard.
You see that?
Damn, that's a
They're
lot.
all very simple.
Thanks, man.
This free personality test is the bait they use to get vulnerable people in the door, to diagnose their life's problems, and then sell them a solution.
See, right here, this is 8 minutes long.
All right.
And this is about the guy who developed the subject, named Ron Hubbard.
Okay.
And he is the founder of the subject.
Am I going to scoot back a little bit?
While my personality test was being scored, I was then exposed to my first Scientology propaganda film, and my journey into their brainwashing funnel had begun.
Communicating what we are trying to do in Scientology to somebody who has no inkling, and one of the most difficult things in the world is to tell somebody who thinks he's a body that he is himself. But they tell one another that man is an animal, and that when he dies, he is gone. Of course, that's just about as insulting as you can possibly get.
To understand Scientology, we have to first understand its founder, L. Ron Hubbard, a prolific sci-fi writer who made his living with his imagination, writing over 1,000 books in his life, and eventually immersed himself into the occult, psychology, and hypnosis, ultimately concluding that the only way to become rich was to make his own religion. So he began luring the naive, hopeless, and spiritually confused into a multi-level marketing scheme where he promised them spiritual enlightenment behind a paywall that never ended.
Life is improved on a gradient. It's improved a little, and then it's improved a little more, and it's improved a little more, and a little more.
He told stories of how 75 million years ago, an evil tyrant collected beings on other planets to be stored in volcanoes on Earth.
Boxed them up in boxes, threw them into space planes.
As this film depicts, the spirits' bodies were destroyed by hydrogen bombs, and today their troubled spirits are attached to human bodies by the thousands. Called body thetans, they cause endless problems. Only Scientology knows how to shake them loose.
You talk to them, and when you find out who they are,
They're like sci-fi Mormons.
what they are, what they're doing, and what's making them stick around you, then they blow. And so you pay a lot of money. I mean, you have lots of body thetans. This process takes lots of time.
And then I met
Is that the movie about L. Ron Hubbard? I think I've seen part of it. I'm not sure.
subscriber working as a Scientology recruiter.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your videos.
Okay. Right on. This guy's done a lot.
He does.
Yeah.
He's done a lot. You almost seem like a match.
Huh?
You almost seem like you guys are matched.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is a religion?
Yes. What this is it's based on science, but a lot of it, it's categorized as a religion because, frankly, we deal with the spirit. And I mean, where else are you going to put spirit in a lot of categories? It's basically Scientology is tools for use for handling the problems of life. You know, like if you look at Buddhism, like you look at, you know, reincarnation, all that stuff. A lot of that research that's what a lot of this is.
I wondered, what would happen if I too became a Scientologist? How much could I learn from the inside?
What was your first name again?
Josh.
Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Easy to remember. Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
And my personality test results were ready.
So I didn't score within any of the acceptable ideal ranges?
It didn't come that way, no. But take a look at it.
Of course not.
Yeah.
No one does.
I'll give you another example of someone you probably know, Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
He's a Scientologist.
He's a Florida guy too.
Yeah, a lot of it is taken from L. Ron Hubbard's, administration tech.
But I'm more of a believer in not the supernatural, but there's something bigger than us here. But I don't know if it's like a god-like figure. I'm wondering what it is. You know?
Like there's other people outside of this.
Oh, I definitely believe in aliens. If that's what you're asking. Yeah.
Yeah, not from the religious standpoint, but I for sure believe that.
Yeah.
There is what we call a grade chart, which actually you progress level by level, and you get more and more awareness of yourself, a technique to actually handle the aspect of,
Progress by giving them more money. They mentioned Florida. They actually own an entire town in Florida. I believe it's near Tampa. Is that a good movie, Mela? Might have to check it out.
People hold on to emotions and hold on to things for themselves.
Like trauma.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you can actually get rid of those experience, but not the memory, but the pain or the thing that's emotional connected with it, so that way it doesn't actually affect you. Howard Hubbard, he found that, kind of like when you get rid of like the painful experiences, that people feel better. So as they kind of clear those areas of like, okay, I committed this sin or I committed whatever, it's just done. And that's all the auditor, what do we call it? That's all we do is we actually unchain you, in a sort of speak, from being connected with that over, that withholds. You're not withholding.
Okay. And you guys are religious, so tax-free?
That's right.
Okay, that's fire.
Yeah.
No, this is such an interesting world.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, you've been very generous with your time and just explain.
You know why? You know why? Because I saw your video about what you do in other churches. And I was like, oh man, I better be like really nice with you. And this is one of Howard Hubbard's book, which I
BLA is that Based Lit Analyzer? I gotta watch some more of his stuff. I've seen a couple things, but it seems pretty good.
You can have.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I texted my mom. I was like, "Do you know about this?" She said, "Ask them what Xenu is." What is that?
I can.
What is it?
South Park did.
Jason Scholl and I were talking on Tony's Discord for like 2 or 3 hours about like symbolism in movies, and he recommended him as well.
Hatchet job for us on Scientology. They're the authoritative thing on, like, we believe in aliens and stuff like that.
Is that true? Is it like extraterrestrial? Like, I'm pretty open-minded to...
Not necessarily, not really. I mean, mostly it's just, scientific.
Well, these guys hadn't even gotten to the OT level required to learn about the galactic overlord Xenu. It made me wonder, how much did a low-ranking Scientologist like these guys use cult? So I headed to Los Angeles. If I was going to learn about what it meant to be a Scientologist, I had to visit the Sea Org, where the elite, full-time Scientologists live in a Scientology compound and offer their labor 24/7 to Scientology in exchange for getting closer to the highest levels of spiritual advancement. But to prevent being recognized, I disguised myself to infiltrate their recruitment center.
Short film?
Yeah, about one of the most Dianetics.
I got a couple minutes.
Oh, nice. They'll both be on your next panel. When is it?
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on.
won't take too long.
You're wearing makeup?
I have some physical disabilities I have to cover.
Oh, okay.
They immediately spotted that he's
Hi there.
wearing makeup.
How are you? Just been looking at the stars.
You what?
You've been looking at the stars.
Oh, yeah. Okay, actually, let me show you this.
Yeah. What is it?
I want you to take this.
What is it?
So that's actually one of the films online.
Dianetics?
Uh-huh. Well, it's nice to meet you. I think you should watch it there. That's best.
Now can you show me the film? Oh, hey guys. Thank you, miss. She told me she'd show me the
They're
film.
on to him.
Oh, you want to see it? Yeah.
All right, come on, let's go.
Oh, I see it. Oh, I got you.
Hello, guys.
What are you talking about? Oh, never mind. What does this mean? What about all are welcome? Bye-bye.
February 3rd, Bree 2. Oh, yeah, I think, Bree mentioned that yesterday. Yeah, I will be there to see it.
What did they tell you? What did they say? They say it's religion?
They were targeting the Hispanics who could not speak English.
Here, for anybody else who's in the chat, let me, real quick, post a link to your channel so they can check it out too.
Predated upon the Hispanics. We saw Shannon in the flesh.
Xenu, 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 Xenu! My disguise had failed me. This was most likely due to the work of Streets LA, who has committed himself to destroying Scientology after a Scientologist mocked the death of his murdered son.
You should have been a better father.
Oh.
You really should have.
Yes, my son died. See, this is my son died because I'm a bad father.
We met up at the infamous Big Blue Building, where members of Scientology's Sea Org live full-time, to see what life is like for the most committed members of this cult.
You can't even see inside. Why are they so secretive?
I'm gonna guess that has something to do with guys like you.
Possibly.
Would you guys care to have a friendly conversation? We're just trying to learn more about the church, but no worries if not. Why are you running? Do you guys know about Xenu? Excuse me, sir. Can we discuss Xenu? Could I ask you a question, miss? About your church, your religion? I seek to learn, nothing more, nothing less. I'm stuck. Good evening. Oh, why are you flashbanging me? Hold on. Don't shoot me, please. Hold on. Just let me look at the church. Let me look at the church. Question for you. Is this the Church of Scientology? Sir. Sir. Sir, can we talk to you for a little bit? Can we talk to you about Xenu? Can we discuss Xenu? Do you work for the church?
I can't talk.
Do you know about Xenu?
I can't talk.
Sir, his behavior resembles that of a North Korean. Gentlemen, do you guys know about Xenu? We need to discuss Xenu. We need to discuss the predatory practices of the church.
While none of the Scientologists here would talk to me, William was eager to explain the situation.
Can you tell me about the auditing process?
Essentially, they have a machine that's like essentially a lie detector. And so they ask you personal questions, ask you about your life, ask you about your feelings. They gather all that information. It's recorded visually and with audio, and it's kept in its archive, but they ask you lots of personal questions. Things like, what do you think about your mother? What do you think about your brother?
Okay.
And you get forced to admit these things because you are hooked up to the lie detector test. If you try to leave, they will use that against you. They say, well, you know what? You said these things about your mother. It'd be a shame if they found out about that. What about the crimes you committed at some point? They will use that information against you. So the people that work in here... Shannon is a member of the Sea Org. She works 110 hours a week. She gets paid $47 per week. Actually, she gets paid $0. She gets $47 a week allowance. It's not considered work. It's considered religious volunteering. And so therefore, they get around labor laws. And they get an allowance, but they have to buy their own toiletries and stuff. So they don't get any money. So they're working 14, 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. They don't have cell phones. They don't have computers. They don't have access to the outside world. A lot of the people that you see right here come from other countries on religious visas. They take their visas away, and now you're forced to work. But if you want to leave, you don't have your visa in hand. You don't have any ID. What are you to do? You're stuck. So to me, that sounds a lot like human trafficking.
Is this the main point of residence for all of these Scientologists in LA?
Yes, and it's also sort of like their main church too.
How are you? Question for you, sir, while you're here. Do you know about Scientology?
Not much.
Do you want me to teach you about it?
No, I don't want to.
Oh, your neighbor.
I live in there, yeah.
Do you know what they do?
I have no interest in knowing.
Have you seen anything unusual?
Not really.
Are they nice people?
To me, they have been.
Have a good night.
I'm not a Scientologist, no.
I see, okay. You haven't been threatened to kill if you say otherwise?
No.
All right, cool. For sure.
I don't let anybody kill myself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Police, they called the police on you before, though. Police have come over there before, right?
I kicked the police out.
Yeah, I remember that
situation. Why are they calling the police on you?
I have no idea. They made a false alarm. I don't know.
Okay.
But after that, once I kicked them out, they never showed up. I was okay for the first time. Second time, I told them, you better find out who called you, otherwise don't show up on my place, otherwise it will be consequences. So after that, nothing happened like that.
Where his house is, they own the whole block, and he lives on the block right there. He had conversations with us, and because of that, he was rewarded with having the cops called on him.
Why does the police play ball with them and their antics?
Listen, they give a lot of money to the police foundations. They love bomb them. Quite honestly, I want to separate that relationship. And I feel that over the course of the last year, we really have separated that relationship. I don't think they come to their rescue the way that they had in the past. Let's see if they're coming for us. We're used to them showing up. No, yeah.
That wouldn't have been surprising if they stopped here, came out, show of force, get out of here.
They've called. They may be here for us.
This is a pretty long video. I don't know if I'm gonna go through the whole thing right now. I'm getting kind of hungry, ready for dinner. But maybe we'll watch more of it on the next stream in a day or two. So yeah, I think we'll end it there. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate y'all.